Peace, 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 welcome. My name's Alexander Shelton, and this is a 45-minute full body standing sequence. Wherever you are, I want you to start laying down. Taking your time with yourself, taking your time with this moment, focusing on nothing, allowing yourself to settle into the mat, allowing yourself to catch up with your breath, to catch up with your body. And maybe at some point there is a flashpoint, a big bang, and this darkness comes an intention, comes a declaration, comes inspiration. I want you to lean into that as you bring your arms above your head, sealing your legs together. One hand is going to rest on your heart, the other is going to rest on the belly as the soles of the feet connect. The knees are going to be out towards the side. Full deep breaths, breathing into the belly, breathing into the heart. Using your breath to connect your passion with your intuition. What you want with what you need. Wherever you are, I want you to take this opportunity to be here now with yourself. There's no place to go. There's nothing to do. And when you're ready, we're slowly going to start to move the body, sealing the legs together, inhaling the knees into the chest. You're gently going to rock side to side. Maybe your spine comes to neutral and your head curls into your knees. Wherever you are, allowing it to be purposeful, intentional, as you gently rock, massaging your spine, massaging your parasympathetic nervous system. Preparing yourself. As you release your knees, you're going to allow your knees to go in a circle, whichever direction. The knees can start together and then maybe slowly you start to alternate the knees, unlocking your back, unlocking your spine, one vertebra at a time. When you're ready, you can reverse. Sending the knees in the opposite direction. Your arms can come into cactus as you drop both knees down to whichever side as you look over the opposite shoulder, creating a twist. When you're ready, your inhale brings the knees back into center and towards the other side. As you exhale, you're looking over the opposite shoulder. Breathing here. As you come back into center, you're coming back into a ball, grabbing for your two big toes. As you start to extend the legs, you're rocking into your happy baby. You're going to release the legs down. The feet are going to connect to the mat. Your knees are going to point towards the ceiling. When you're ready, your chin's going to point towards the ceiling and your hips are going to lift up, coming into a passive bridge. And when you're ready, you're going to come down. Inhale brings you back up. Exhale brings you down. When you're ready, you're going to pull one knee in, extending the opposite leg. Maybe you gently start to waft that extended leg like a feather as it gently lands down to the ground and back up into a ball. When you're ready, you're going to do the same thing on the opposite side, extending that leg, wafting that foot down to the ground. And when you're ready, you're going to bring that knee back up into, join the other knee, curling back into a ball, giving yourself a squeeze, a hug, a self-affirmation, going back to your intention as you rock side to side. In this moment, what can you let go of to feel lighter? What can you process to come into a deeper understanding? What are the tools that you need to become more of yourself? What are the environments that affirm you? What are the beliefs that hold you back? As you fall down to one side or the other, you're going to push yourself up into a seated position. In this moment, you're finding a regal seat, taking the time to plant your two sharpest bones into the earth. And when you're ready, you're going to start to round the spine in a cat and cow inflection, bringing the chin towards the sky, exhaling, bringing the chin in towards the chest. Becoming playful with this movement, noticing what your back needs as you bring your arms up into the air. One arm's going to reach for the front knee, the opposite arm is going to reach behind you, planting the hand, creating this twist. Breathing here, streamlining here. Focusing on freedom. What are the essentials? What do you need to be happy, to create sustaining joy? What needs to be acknowledged? What needs to be processed? What do you need to let go of as you bring yourself back to center? Bringing the hands behind you, you're pressing the hips up, dropping the head back. Inhale, exhale brings you down, bringing both of your hands to the top of the mat. You're turning into a child's pose. Setting yourself up for a child's pose. You bring your hips back. You can tuck your toes underneath, your arms go out above the head. When you're ready, you can come up into a tabletop. Stabling your hands underneath the shoulders, bringing your knees underneath the hips. Imagining yourself being pulled from the crown of your head and from the hips. Finding this elongation in the spine as you trace a line from the sky to the belly button, from the belly button to the sky, as you round your back. Going slowly, riding this wave of energy, this wave of breath through your body. Again, experimenting with the movement that feels good to you. Looking over the shoulder, flexing the hip, moving to the other side, looking over the shoulder, flexing the hip towards the face. Using your breath, noticing your spine, noticing the energy flowing through you as your hips settle back into a child's pose, rounding the spine, going forward into an upward facing dog. Exhale brings you back Inhale brings you forward. Noticing your whole body going through these waves of emotions, these cycles. Wherever you are, you're being gentle with yourself, you're being intentional with yourself. Whatever movement you've agreed to do, you're doing it on purpose. When you're ready, you can settle, tucking your toes under, lifting the hips towards the sky into a downward facing dog. In this downward facing dog, you're going to start to shift the hips. Bending the knees, walking your dog. You're going to start to rock the head. Yes when you want to, no when you need to. Maybe you start to shift the weight into the balls of the feet, moving the hips from one side to the other. Maybe you look forward towards the hands. Step, hop, jump towards the top of the mat. Framing your aura as you inhale up, slowly bringing your hands into prayer. Finding your first standing position. Settling yourself, grounding yourself. Your two big toes are going to come together. Your hands are going to come apart. Your shoulders are going to be square as your chin is parallel to the mat. Your hips come forward as your butt relaxes. Your arms inhale up, exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, lifting up, flat back, looking towards the horizon. As you exhale, fold down into a plank. Slowly descending down, inhale, lifts you up into an upward facing dog. Exhale, brings you back into a downward facing dog, tucking the toes underneath. Pressing the hands, the palms into the mat. You're still alternating, adding movement into this downward facing dog. You're still breathing. You're still invoking your intention, your declaration. As you lower down into a plank, into a chaturanga, you're coming back into an upward facing dog, scanning the horizon as you exhale back into a downward facing dog. As you start to pump the knees, going from frog into a downward facing dog. You're just moving the circulation, the blood flow through the body. As you come up, step forward. You're going to inhale, frame your aura. Bring your hands into prayer, grasping for your intention. As you exhale, swan dive forward, coming into your chaturanga, lowering down, lifting up into your upward facing dog. Exhale, the toes tuck underneath. As you press into your downward facing dog. Taking a few breaths here, and whenever you're ready, you're going to look towards the hands and travel the feet up towards the hands. Inhale, looking up. Flat back, exhale, folding in. When you're ready, your feet are going to spread the length of the mat, and you're going to go from ragdoll into grabbing for your opposite elbows, swinging side to side, whatever you need, as you gently bring yourself to the back of your mat. Arms coming up. Exhale, swan diving forward. Inhale into your downward facing dog. Exhale into your upward facing dog. Lifting one foot, bending that knee of that lifted foot. You're going to flip your dog. As you flip your dog, you can extend your arm, creating circles, reversing those circles, and when you're ready, you can bring yourself back over, flipping your dog to the other side, creating circles with the other arm, reversing those circles. Inhale brings you back to center. Full deep breaths in this pose, settling into this downward dog. When you're ready, you're going to look towards the hands, and the feet are going to travel to meet the hands. As you fold in, inhale, grabbing for your two big toes with your two-piece fingers, you're pulling yourself in. When you're ready, you're going to release that bind and bring your hands underneath your feet, standing on your hands as you try to pull yourself up. Inhale releases that bind. As you sweep the ankles, you're going to imagine yourself sitting in a chair. Your arms are going to be parallel to the ears, and your gaze is going to look up towards the fingertips as you fold forward. Inhale, your arms frame your aura as your hands come into prayer. Your arms are going to sweep up again as you swan dive forward. Inhale, looking towards the horizon. Exhale, setting up for your chaturanga into your upward facing dog. Exhale into your downward facing dog as you inhale one leg up. You're going to plant that foot where your hands are. As you inhale, the hands up towards the sky, lifting the heart. As you exhale, the hands come down. The other leg lifts up in a three-legged dog. When you're ready, the arms are going to lift up as you come into a monkey pose on the opposite side, lowering down into a chaturanga, into an upward facing dog. Exhale, settling into a downward facing dog. Taking your moments here as you look towards the hands, your feet are going to travel towards the hands. Inhale, lifting yourself up, framing your aura, bringing your hands to prayer in front of the heart. Bow into your effort, bow into your practice, bow into your intention. As you sweep the ankles, you're sitting back down into your chair pose. When you're ready, your hands are going to connect into prayer. One of your elbows is going to connect to one of your thighs in a twist. Exhale, releases, bringing the arms above the head, switching to the opposite side. Hands into prayer, elbow connecting to the opposite thigh. When you're ready, you're lifting up, expanding. As you exhale, your swan diving forward, folding down. Inhale, looking towards the horizon. Exhale, moving into your downward facing dog. As one of your legs come up and through to meet the hands, you're lifting into a Justice One. Your hands are going to come together. Your feet are going to be wide apart. As you exhale, that back leg is going to be parallel. That back foot is going to be parallel to the back of the mat as the arms come into a T, into a Justice Two. Looking towards that middle finger, the front elbow is going to curl into the inside of the front thigh as the back arm is going to bow over the head. When you're ready, you're going to inhale back up, back into your T arms. As you switch sides, the feet are going to the front foot is going to become the back foot's going to become the front foot. When you're ready, the new front elbow is going to hook to the inside of the inner thigh as the other arm bows over. When you're ready, you're going to square the hips back into a Justice One. As you release it all back down to the mat, coming back into your plank, slowly lowering down into your Chaturanga, inhaling up into your upward facing dog. Exhale, tucking the toes, shifting the hips back into your downward facing dog. Doing whatever you need to do in your practice here to loosen the hamstrings, to loosen the lower back. When you're ready, you're going to look at the space between your hands and travel your feet to meet your hands, looking up towards the horizon, flat back. Exhale, folds in. As you sweep the ankles, you're going to sit into your chair again. Sit in lower. Twisting into prayer, bringing that elbow into the knee. Switching to the other side. Inhale brings you to center. Exhale sets you up on the other side, twists you open. When you're ready, you can inhale, stand up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Inhale brings your hands above your head. Exhale folds you down. As you kick back into your Chaturanga, into your upward facing dog, you're going to tuck the toes under and push back into a downward facing dog. Taking this moment to reflect, taking this moment to reconnect to your intention, taking this moment to reconnect to yourself. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for carving out this time as you lift one of your legs up into the air and bringing that foot through to plant in between the hands as you lift up into a Justice Two. Taking a moment to set yourself up here. When you're ready, one hand is going to come behind you and around the leg, just not on the knee. The other arm is going to reach over into an exalted warrior. Breathing here. When you're ready, you're setting up for your half moon as you take a step in, putting your weight into your front foot. Your arms come out into a T as your gaze goes up towards the sky. The leg lifts, the chest squares. As you fold forward into a standing split, breathing here, taking your time. As you are coming down, your hips are squared and you fall into a Justice 3, both arms framing the ears. The leg is parallel to the mat, and when you're ready, you're slowly going to bring the legs to meet each other standing up. Your hands come to your heart. As you're bowing to your practice, as you're bowing to yourself, as you're bowing into the space that you're stretching within yourself. When you're ready, you're setting up on the other side. A Justice 2 with the other foot. Coming into an Exalted Warrior. Your hand can be anywhere on the leg, just not on the knee. The other arm reaches over to frame the head. When you're ready, you can come back to center, shortening your step as you bring your weight forward into a half moon pose. You're using your hand that's closest to the ground for stability while elongating, stretching the opposite arm towards the sky. When you're ready, you can fold in, squaring your chest, lifting your leg as high as you can into a stand-in split. And when you're ready, you can start to bring that leg down into a Justice 3, keeping the arms pressed to the ears as you slowly start to stand up, bringing both feet to meet. Maybe you kick the tension out of both of the legs, coming back to the top of your mat. Taking a step forward, grabbing for your back leg as you come into a dancer's pose. Your arm is going to go forward, your gaze is going to go to something fixed as you gently start to spill forward. When you're ready, you're coming back up. Backstroking through this pose, backstroking through this series, backstroking through your life, finding ease, finding grace, finding technique. As you begin to spill forward, kicking into the hands. Slowly you're coming back down. As you backstroke out of this pose, you're bringing your hands to your heart, creating a slight back bend as your arms extend up towards the sky. You're setting yourself up for a deeper back bend as your two pinkies meet at your lower back. You're going to start to press into the hips, into the low back, creating a rainbow with your heart, bowing with the front half of your body, allowing your shoulders to create a pillow so that your head can drop into, bringing your elbows and your shoulder blades as close together as you can manage. You're breathing audibly, creating a release. When you're ready, you can slowly start to bring yourself up. Try not to fidget or move. You're going to tuck your chin towards your chest and slowly slide your hands from your back towards your thighs. Breathing here. When you're ready, you can start to balance your weight onto one foot as you start to form your tree pose. Maybe your heel connects to your ankle. Maybe that foot, the bottom of the foot starts to creep up the trunk of the other foot. Maybe that leg goes past the knee to press into the inner thigh. Whatever you need for your tree, grow tall, grow brilliantly, allowing your arms to stretch, allowing your tree branches to waft. What are you rooted in? What is the soil? What is the environment? When you're ready, we're going to switch to the other side, creating sapling, working that opposite foot up the leg, trusting your roots, trusting your balance, taking your time with yourself. From here, you can extend the arms, you can waft, you can fold, whatever you need, whatever best facilitates learning in this pose for you. Full deep breaths. Remembering your intention, envisioning the circumstances of freedom as you release that foot down, rooting both of your feet. When you're ready, you're going to distribute your weight into one foot, bringing the lifted leg over and around the standing foot and the corresponding arm underneath. Creating an eagle pose. Using this tension, the tension of opposites. When you're ready, you can fold down. Inhale brings you back up. Exhale sets you up on the other side, distributing the weight into the other foot, wrapping the other leg over. The arm that corresponds with the top wrapped leg is the one that's at the bottom. The arm that corresponds to the standing leg is on top. When you're ready, you're going to inhale, lifting all the way up into a back bend as you release the legs. Keeping this bind, you're going to exhale, fold in. Keeping this bind, you're gently going to rock side to side, removing the obstacles with your elephant trunk as Ganesha does. When you're ready, you're going to inhale, come up, exhale, release the arms, allowing them to swing. When you're ready, you're going to clasp your hands behind you as you gently fold forward. Folding forward, you can choose to rock and pivot side to side into the knees, stretching out the hamstrings, stretching out the glutes. Try not to overextend as you release the arms, grabbing for your two big toes with your two-piece fingers. Exhale, folding yourself in. Inhale, you're going to release the spine, bring your arms above your head, stretching as far forward as you can reach on the ground. Exhale, pulling your hands through. Inhale, stretching as far as you can. Inhale, pulling your arms through. When you're ready, you can sit down into a garland pose. Bringing your hips all the way down, pressing your triceps into your thighs. And when you're ready, you're going to just be a conduit as you allow yourself to sit down. Connecting back into that easy pose, that seated pose. Connecting with your two big toes as you fold in. Opening the soles of the feet like a book as you fold in. Exhale brings you back up. You're gently going to windshield wiper the knees side to side. Taking your time. As you come back into your seated pose, you're going to move into your Sufi swirl, starting with the large circles rotating in your hips, putting your full upper body into it, going slow and intentionally. As you ask yourself, what are you connected to that's greater than yourself? When you're ready, you're gently going to start up, working your way into the shoulders, into the chin, into the crown of your head. And then you're going to reverse, go down from the crown of your head into your chin, creating circles in your shoulders. Shoulders in your heart, the front of your heart and the back of your heart, working down your spine. Asking yourself, what are you rooted in? What are you grounded in? What are the disciplines? What are the practices? What politics are you rooted in? Asking yourself these questions that help you to get to know yourself, to help you to make the decisions that are best for yourself. When you're ready, the hands are going to come behind, pointing towards the bottom. As you lift the hips up, the chin will point up, the head will drop back. Slowly coming down, you're folding forward. Extending your arms as far as they'll reach, coming up onto the tips of your fingertips. You're taking this time. When you're ready, you're coming back up, and you're going to lay back on your back gently. And you're going to tickle your heels to make sure that they're there. As you tickle your heels, you're going to lift up, pointing your chin up, pointing your hips up, offering your heart to the highest power that you know best. As you gently settle back in, windshield wiper in the knees side to side. When you're ready, you're going to lift one foot, hook it over the ankle over the knee as you grab for the top knee, sliding one arm through the legs, the other arm around. It's a natural position. It's not meant to be tricky or deceiving or feel awkward. You should feel a hamstring stretch in your glute, going up the hamstrings and a little bit in your front thigh. You're going to flex both of the feet, pulling the knee in towards the chest. Full deep breaths. Maybe you begin to rock. And when you're ready, you can release that top leg down, windshield wipering it like a feather, allowing it to fall to the ground. And with this other leg, you're going to bring it back to meet as you tickle the backs of the heels, standing your feet back into constructive rest. You're going to lift the opposite leg, hooking the ankle over the knee, pulling the knee in towards the chest, flexing both of the feet. Taking your time with yourself, taking your time with your self-discovery, taking your time to learn as much as you can about yourself. What triggers you? What delights you? What makes you feel powerful? What is your love rooted in? How are the people in your life reflective? As you extend that leg out, wafting it like a feather to gently come down, you're going to twist the knee across the body. Inhale, you're lifting the opposite knee to twist that knee across the body, looking over the opposite shoulder. When you're ready, you're settling into your final resting pose. Extending the arms, extending the legs, taking up as much space as you can. Practicing taking up space. It's okay to take up more space than you think you need. Historically, Black people have been denied space. When you're ready, you're going to tickle the backs of the heels to come into one last bridge pose, lifting your hips slightly as you tuck your arms underneath you, clasping your hands together, pressing your chin towards the sky, your chest towards the sky, your hips towards the sky, bringing your knees closer together. Taking 4 or 5 breaths here. And if you would like, you can go into your wheel, keeping your knees together, placing your hands behind you, lifting up, creating a bow. And finally, we're going back to that resting pose. You did wonderfully. You're amazing. I'm so thankful that you're here. I'm so thankful that you made it through this practice. I'm proud of you, choosing yourself, choosing community, creating the future outcomes using your present tools, doing things your future self will thank your past self for. It doesn't go unnoticed. Afrofuturism is the ability to see Black people in the past, the present, and the future, to take in the knowledge and information of the past, to use the tools in the present to create the future. Taking your time to travel through time and space, taking your time to lose control of your breath, to close your eyes, to relax your tongue, to relax your jaw, to relax every muscle in your body that can be relaxed. This is your time. There's no place to go. There's nothing to do but be here, now, with yourself, breathing. Allowing yourself to meld into the mat. Allowing your energetic light to shine outside of your heart, illuminating the space that you're in. Allowing this light to take this journey to the sun, to illuminate the universe. You are brilliant. You are strong. You are passionate. Using your creative tools to free yourself. When you're ready, you can bring your arms above your head, sealing the legs together. And when you're ready, you're going to exhale into a ball. Turning into a ball of light, if you fall down to one side or the other into the fetal position, allowing yourself to be a rebirth. Pushing yourself up to the seated position. One hand comes on your belly, the opposite hand comes on your heart. May all Black people everywhere be happy, safe, and free. And may our collective words, actions, and thoughts contribute to the collective happiness, safety, and freedom for all Black people. Namaste. Thank you.